Hello my fiery friends, welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. So, we are getting near the end of Edge of Eternities time in the sun, and that's actually going to make me a little bit sad here because we're about to hit the Open Pass, what is it now? Tuesday? I think so. I mean, the cards are actually already loaded onto Arena, so you actually can look at them now, although you cannot, of course, craft anything for the time being, but at least now you can kind of theory craft for the time being, but that's neither here nor there for today's stream. What exactly are we playing today? Well, we want to, of course, give off another fond farewell to another set, so we've been trying to make this now a bit of a tradition since the last couple sets. We'll be doing a 5-color deck to end it all. Let's go ahead, let's jump into it and explain to you exactly what deck we will be talking about today. Alright, and so without further ado, join me today in the Brawl format for a fun deck around a creature type that we haven't had a chance to play around, but I think now is the time to do so. This is just simply straight up Slivers. Disgusting little creatures, by the way, but they are very powerful once they manage to go off. As always, before we get started, let's kind of give you a quick little rundown for those of you, whether you've been watching for a long time or even if you're brand new to this, whether it's live or on the replay. We'll go over the stats of the deck in just a moment. We'll go over every single card in the whole set. Then, of course, we'll then cover and try to do as many matches as we can in the best of one format for Brawl. Well, actually, it is going to be best of one anyway, so, and axe what I just said. And of course, once we get to the halfway point of the stream, we'll then upgrade the deck to see how well we can do if we actually want to take it to the next level. But for now, let's go ahead and go over those stats of the deck. Long-time viewers of the channel know how we do it. We have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in order for you to kind of get what's going on. So Slivers is, well, it's 5 colors. So again, white, blue, black, red, and green. A little bit of even colorless too, but we'll get to that in a bit. We're looking at an average mana curve of about 2.4, and we're rocking a total of 22 creatures in the deck, 10 instants, 15 sorceries, 7 artifacts, 6 enchantments, and 40 lands total. Now, for those of you that have no idea how Slivers work, they have a very unique gimmick among creature types, which we'll cover in just a moment. But let's go over, of course, the main creature that's holding down the whole game plan here. It's going to be the first Sliver. So the first Sliver, 5-color, legendary creature, Sliver, and it's a 7/7 that has the Cascade effect, and it gives all Sliver spells we control Cascade as well. For those that don't know, Cascade is simply it's a little bit of a confusing mechanic, but to kind of explain, as it says up here, when you cast the spell, you exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less than what you've cast. You may then cast that card for free if the mana value is less than the spells. You put the exiled cards that were pulled out this way back into your library on the bottom in just random order. So, to put it another way, if that sounds a little confusing, first Sliver, as you can see right here, is 5 mana value. So once we cast it for the Cascade, the next card has to be at least 4 or under in order for us to get it for free. But this, of course, will then create, as the spell says, a cascading effect. See what I did there? But yes, it will cause an effect, will just keep going off, and we should be able to then get every single Sliver spell we get out immediately, and just usually kind of just blow up the whole field with a ton of stuff we got out for free. So that's the whole gimmick with it. Just try to get to that 5-color combination and then cast the first Sliver. Even if it gets counterspelled, the effect still goes on the stack, so we can still be able to at least get 1 Sliver out of the deal. Now, of course, in order to make this work, we literally threw into the deck every single Sliver that is available on Arena, which actually was not as many as I thought there were, but we did have just enough where we were able to not only make this budget-esque, but also we can then still pull off a game plan with it. So in order to do this, let's kind of cover now everything. So starting in the 1-drop slot here, Johnny's Welcome. Every creature that enters, we gain a life, so it just helps us with stabilization. We'll need a little bit more stabilization because Slivers sometimes can be either hit or miss. So we also are going to throw in Authority of the Consuls. Every time a creature we control, anytime an opponent's creature controls enters, we also can gain 1 life, and also they will enter tapped, buying us the time we need in order to make sure our game plan goes off. Fragmentize here destroys an artifact or enchantment with a mana value of 4 or less. Restoration magic, giving 1 permanent we control hexproof and indestructible end of turn. However, if we can tier it up for an extra mana, we can also gain 3 life. If we get it to an extra 4 mana, gives all of our permanents we control hexproof, indestructible, and 6 life. So can scale up what we need to at any point in the game. Brainstorm here, drawing 3 cards, and then putting 2 cards from our hand back on the top of our library. You ideally want to use this with one of our cheaper fetch lands here, like Terramorphic Expanse or Involving Wilds, just to get more value out of it. We'll have a little bit of spot removal with cards like Bloodchief's Thirst. We have Bone Shards here, also for more spot removal. One of our first Slivers in the 1-drop slot here is going to be Striking Sliver. Gives all of our Sliver creatures first strike. So that's going to be, again, stacking up with everything. Keep note of the fact that every Sliver creature doesn't give us until end of turn. It is permanent as long as the actual permanent card is on the battlefield. Adventurous Impulse allows us to dig 3 cards deep, digging out either a land card or a creature card and put the rest into our bottom of our library in any order. Dina, hello, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. Thanks again for joining us over on YouTube there. Again, hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. We're right now covering the actual deck itself, so just hang in there for a bit more, and then we'll kind of go over as much as we can with the game plan. Oh, we also have another person here, it's Kayla Hernandez, also on YouTube there. Hello, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at as well. Okay, so going over again the continued part of the deck tech itself, so we have Bushwhack here, digging us for a basic land to help us fix our lands, or you can use this as a fight spell to take out something in order to make sure we can clear the path for our game plan. Go forth here at instant speed. We also can then do this and dig out a basic land, or we can give a creature +2/+2 until end of turn. Nathan Dahl also joining us from YouTube as well. Love magic. I do too. And thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. So we're just going to keep going over the deck tech itself. Don't worry, we'll get through some gameplay in just a little bit. But again, we appreciate you guys joining us just the same. Wayfarer's Bauble here in the 1-drop also allows us to sacrifice this artifact, digging out a basic land card and putting it onto the battlefield. So again, a lot of in the early game here, just make sure we fix what we need to get to the colors in order to get the first sliver going. 2-drop slot here, we have Dawn's Truth here. So it gives all of our permanents, we control hexproof until end of turn. If we gift them a card, i.e. let them draw a card, we can then make everything indestructible on top of that. So this can be kind of decent for us depending on what our board state looks like. Enduring Sliver here gives the Outlast, meaning that we can put a +1/+1 counter on the creature if we tap and pay 2. It also will give all of our other slivers Outlast as well. Sentinel Sliver gives all of our slivers Vigilance, so you can kind of see now where things are going to start getting out of control once we start getting more and more slivers onto the battlefield. We do have a little bit of extra support. Deduce here just draws a card, investigates by making a clue token where you can sacrifice later to draw another card. Diffusion Sliver here is a very powerful sliver. It gives all of our slivers we control the ability to counter a spell unless our opponent pays 2. So it's kind of like, how does it? I guess it's kind of like how Ward was meant to be before they kind of simplified the wording to just call it, well, I guess Ward. We also are going to throw in Mana Leak here, one of the newer cards that was added in recently to Arena, and really happy about this. So it's a counter spell here unless our opponent pays 3. Speaking of which also, thankfully Counterspell no longer will cost you a rare wild card in that, so we're going to take advantage of that. It actually only costs you now a common, so we'll throw in, of course, Counterspell proper. Dredgescape Sliver here, 2 mana Sliver, gives all of our Sliver cards in the graveyard unearthed. So that means you can unearth this for 2 mana, bringing back a Sliver card from the graveyard to the battlefield. You have to exile it at the beginning of the next end step if it would leave the battlefield. However, you can only do this at sorcery speed, but it gives us a nice way to kind of bring back everything, at least for a turn or so. Leeching Sliver. Anytime a Sliver we control attacks, defending player will lose 1 life. This can be a very gnarly way to drain out our opponent. Blade Black Sliver here gives our slivers Hellbent, which means this creature will deal 1 damage to target player or planeswalker if we tap it. And we have to have, of course, no cards in hand. So a little bit of a more clunkier option here. But again, it's a sliver and we just threw it into the deck. Newfound Adventures, i.e. Farseek from the Final Fantasy set. Sorcery speed, digging out either for us a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card and putting it onto the battlefield tapped. So helping us with fixing. Into the north here, we do have some snow permanents, so we actually threw that in here so we can make sure we can tap for our lands and fix it properly. Mana Weft Sliver here. This is another one of our powerful slivers, giving all of them, they basically just turn them into mana dorks. You can then tap them for one of any mana of any color. Predatory Sliver gives all of our slivers a nice little buff here of +1/+1. Rampant Growth here. We can dig out a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle for more fixing. Cloud Shredder Sliver, another one of our powerful slivers here, giving them all flying and haste. Growth Spiral here for a little bit more of ramping, of course. We want to make sure we draw a card, put a land card onto our hand, onto the battlefield tapped. Arcane Signet is an absolute must for this deck because we are 5 colors, so we want to make sure we fix for what we need. Collector's Vault here is actually an interesting option for us, but really good for the deck. We can then use this to then draw a card and discard a card to create a treasure token. So it kind of helps us kind of pseudo ramp out to what we need. Environmental Sciences here, also another great card for us. It's colorless, so it makes it very easy for us to cast this card, digging out for us a basic, gaining us some life along the way. Swiftfoot Boots here, in case we need to protect specific slivers, we can give that sliver hexproof and haste by equipping it for 1. Going into the 3-drop slot here, we have Hive Stirrings, giving us 2 colorless sliver creature tokens. Lancer Sliver gives all of our slivers also first strike as well, so it's a little bit more of a stronger version of striking sliver. Steel Form Sliver, giving all of our slivers an extra bit of toughness here at +0/+1. Tokasa's Welcome. The majority of our slivers are actually mana value 3 or less, so that actually helps us just draw a card incrementally throughout the game. Belligerent Sliver here, giving all of our slivers Menace, so it makes it harder for them to block. Blur Sliver, giving all of our slivers haste. If we can't get out Cloud Shredder, it still helps us out because, again, just provides for us more redundancy. Hollow Head Sliver here, giving all of our slivers we control the ability to loot, discarding a card and drawing a card. Sneaky Toilet, hi and hello. Thanks again for joining us, my fire friend over on Twitch there. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. We're kind of going over it again, the deck tech itself, and we'll be getting started with our gameplay in just a little bit. Spiteful Sliver here, 3 mana Sliver that gives all of our Sliver creatures we control whenever they deal combat, whenever this creature deals that much damage, it deals that much damage to a target player or planeswalker. So it kind of gives us a little bit of a backup plan in case if our Slivers do get hammered, we can then throw the damage back at our opponent. Ball Again Recovery here, it's either a tap land or you can use it to just bring back any card from our graveyard to our hand. Bridgework Battles here, same thing, it's either going to be a land if we need it to be, or you can use it as a fight mechanic here. Entish Restoration, just helping us with fixing by sacrificing a land and digging out 2 basic lands. If we control a creature with power 4 or greater, we could dig out 3 lands instead. Realmwalker here is kind of like an honorary sliver because it's not officially a sliver, but it is a shapeshifter and a changeling, which means it is all creature types. So as we enter it, now of course we choose slivers, then we can look at the top card of our library anytime and we can cast sliver spells of that type because that's what we choose from the top of our library. Tempered Sliver here, giving all of our Sliver creatures we control, whenever this creature deals combat damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So this can be one of our great finishers, just hammer away at our opponent. Rhythm of the Wild, all of our non-creature spells cannot be countered, and non-token creature spells have riots. So this will be a great way to kind of prevent ourselves from getting countered. Lava Belly Sliver here, 3 mana. Sliver creatures we control will deal, whenever this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker, and we gain 1 life. So it kind of helps us with life gain and drain. The Bears of Littjara here creates for us a Shapeshifter token, which again can be a sliver. Part 2, any number of target Shapeshifter creatures we control get base tower and toughness of 4/4, so a little bit niche there, but the reason why we want this is again, choose up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Each creature with a power 4 or greater you control deals damage equal to its power to that permanent, so this can be a kind of a nice way to kind of get a little extra boost from our creatures, although it can be a little clunky because it again only names Shapeshifters, but we're going to throw it into the deck just the same. Herald's Horn here, as this artifact enters, choose a creature type, which will be slivers. Creature spells of the chosen type will be 1 last to cast, so helps us again with casting everything easier. At the beginning of our library, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, which is slivers, we can then reveal that and put it into our hand. So again, gives us a little bit more of a card draw advantage here. Patchwork Manor, perfectly designed for this deck. As this artifact enters, it's a mana rock, but also gives all of our slivers an extra +1/+1 pump, and of course we can fix for any mana we need. In the 4-drop slot here, we have Bone Slice Sliver here. So 4 mana for this sliver, giving all of them double strike. Crippling Fear, our only Wrath in the deck, but probably the best one for this deck. We choose a creature type, which is going to be slivers, and then creatures that are not the chosen type get -3/-3 until end of turn. Cleaving Sliver here, our slivers will now get an extra +2/+0 pump, so a little extra power boost for us. We have Migration Path here, digging us out 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield, or you can cycle it if you don't need to. Binding of the Old Gods here, one of our few spot removals for the deck, destroying a non-permanent. Part 2, digging out a forest card and putting it onto the battlefield tapped. It actually doesn't have to be a basic, so that's good for us. It gives all of our creatures we control Death Touch on the final part until end of turn. In the 5-drop slot here, well, technically you can only cast this for one or the other, but Repudiate here can counter an activated, triggered, or targeted ability, or Replicate here, giving a token of the copy of a creature we control. So we can copy any one of our slivers to give it an extra bit of power boost here with us. In the 5-drop slot, we'll also have first Slivers Chosen here. All of our sliver creatures we control will have Exalted. Not exactly the best option for us, because Exalted, it only will trigger off if a creature we attacks alone. But I mean, it's a sliver, so we threw it into the deck just the same. And then finally, from Edge of Eternities, the only new sliver card from this set will be Thrumming Hivepool here. So 6 mana, but it has affinity for slivers. So every sliver we have will make this 1 cheaper to cast. So in theory, you actually might be able to cast this for free if we at least have 6 on the field. Gives all of our slivers we control double strike and haste. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you get to create 2 colorless sliver creature tokens. So it just creates a bigger, wider game plan for us. Finally, to round it out here, we'll go over the whole mana base here. So we have, of course, Wooper colors of plains, islands, swamps, mountains, and forests. And because we are using cards like Into the North, we're going to throw in all the dual snow tap lands to help us fix what we need. So again, Glacial Floodplain, Snowfield Sinkhole, Ice Tunnel, Volto Fjord, Sulphurous Mine, Woodland Chasm, Highland Forest, Alpine Meadow, Arctic Treeline, and Rimewood Falls. We do have a little bit in the budget here, so it's going to be allowing us to then use cards like the World Tree here to fix everything we need. As long as we control 6 or more lands, all of our lands are now fixed where they can tap for 1 mana of any color. If we want to, however, we can sacrifice this and then dig out any number of God cards, although we don't really have God cards in the deck, so it doesn't really do anything beyond that, so we actually don't need it. And then finally, to make sure we could fix for our 5 colors, we'll throw an Ancient Ziggurat here. Command Towers are stable. We have a couple of cheap fetch lands here with Escape Tunnel, Evolving Wilds, and Terramorphic Expanse. And to round out our game plan here, fixing our mana, Secluded Courtyards, and Unclaimed Territory can tap for 1 mana of any color, as long as, of course, we're naming Slivers. But that is the whole deck for you, everybody. Whew, as always, I do appreciate you guys hanging in there for me, because doing Brawl decks is a little exhausting to explain every card. But that's all we have, everybody. Let's go ahead, let's take this into the Brawl format. Let's see how many matches we can get off and get some wins with this deck, and let's see how well it does. Whew, okay. So, let's go ahead, let's get started here. Oh, and I do see also another viewer over on Instagram there. Eamon Duoit, thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Do apologize that you can't see him on the chat there, but I do acknowledge you. I want to make sure, again, you do get heard. Okay, so let's get this going, everybody. Let's see. Let's do this. It's time. Game face time. All right, yes. I did notice there's a ranking system now that they added to Brawl here, and also the casual non-rank matches. Like, hold on for a second here. Like, you can see right here up in the corner, kind of like hovering over here. I'm guessing that's going to go live probably once the Omen Path / Spider-Man set comes out in a couple days. Did I miss something on that? I guess I'll probably have to look at that a little bit later on. In any case, we won't cover that too much. Let's go ahead, let's see. Okay, so we do have a lot of tap lands, but we have some protection here. We have the Hive Stirrings, Cleaving Sliver. Let's keep this. We do have everything we need to fix. Our opponent is going to go off with Tatyova here, so that sounds disgusting. So it's going to be literally just playing lands, drawing cards, gaining life. But as long as we can start getting out our Sliver game plan here, hopefully we can get there. Thomas McCurry, hey y'all. And MTG Hillbilly, hello. How you doing, everybody, my fire friends? Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day wherever you're at. So you're just in time for me to get started with Slivers. But again, we actually never played Slivers before in Arena, so we'll see how this goes in a Brawl deck. I think we have just enough to actually make this work. At least I hope so. Opponent naming Druid, so to make sure Tatyova comes in uncounterable. Okay. Swings down to 24. Lot of tap lands here, but we'll see if we can get around this. Hopefully we can. Hopefully by, what, turn 4, turn 5, we might be able to get out the first Sliver. Okay, binding a little, that'll be good for later on. Let's see here. Sinkhole. Sacrifice the Bauble. Vexing Bauble says no Cascade. You might be right about that, but let's see. Let's go ahead and get out. What do we want? I think we'll get out the island. Okay. So, well, we can't do it on turn 4 here. We can at least use Binding the Old Gods to take out Tatyova if we need to. Okay. Let's see. 5 cards in hand. Opponent, what you got? Swing it? They are. Okay, down to 19. We still got time, though. We still got time. Ooh, Ancient Ziggurat actually is perfect right now, so. Alright. Will this get countered? Or can we make this go off? We came here for Slivers, everybody. Let's try. At least the Cascade effect goes off. Oh. We got Mana Leak? Okay, of all the hits we had, that was what we hit? Okay. Well, I feel foolish there. Okay, we'll have to decline that. Well, that's awkward. Okay, well, it does stay on the field, so maybe the next hit will get us? They start drawing cards and gaining life. Come on, deck. Show me some love. Okay, 6 cards in hand. What you got, opponents? While they're thinking, have y'all seen now a chance to look at your updates to Arena? Because now you can actually see all the Omen Path cards. Have y'all been trying to theory brew for now until the set actually releases on Tuesday? What are your thoughts on what are you looking at? If anybody's actually been able to see what the early access has had, is there anything that's been standing out to you as to what maybe should be considered for the set? Let me know in the comments, everybody. I would love to hear from you. All right, let's get out Cleaving Sliver. Okay, so we do get to Cascade. Okay, so I guess we'll use this as our fight mechanic here. Take out Tatyova. Nice. So Tatyova is down at least. You don't care for the set. I mean, okay, that's fair. I've been reading up on comments throughout all across all social medias, and it seems like a lot of the consensus is the set has been kind of poo-pooing out for everybody. I mean, boxes are still expensive. I don't know if I actually want to buy anything for Spider-Man. It's not my jam. But if anybody else out there likes it, I mean, hey, more power to you. Okay, so we'll name Slivers, of course. And... okay, well, I guess we'll swing here. Opponent blocks. Chump block for 1. But yeah, let me know, everybody. I know I've been asking everybody throughout the past several streams and weeks now. I'm guessing, again, it just seems like the consensus is just this set might actually fall flat. So it's going to be a really awkward set to try to find ways to build around without losing everybody's interest in Magic. I don't know. It's a really weird time for the game. Sneaky Toilet. I still don't understand the hate for the set. I don't know any card effects, so I don't know if it's that. I mean, it's not so much the card effects, it's just nobody really likes, from what I've seen. Oh, our opponent already gave up already? Okay, opponents. I mean, yay. I guess we get the win. Not an exciting win, but hey, we get a win, so I'll take it. But yeah, it's not so much the mechanics, Sneaky Toilet. I think the issue is just nobody really likes the fact that Spider-Man feels very awkward in Arena. And I'll go over this near the end of the stream, but it just feels like it feels very shoehorned. And I think it's just, again, the theming. I know some people have mentioned, like, well, I mean, like, it's a fantasy version of New York. I know in the world of Spider-Man, there's not just heroes, you know, there's demons, and there's vampires, and all that stuff. It's stuff you've seen in Magic. But I don't know, I still think it's a stretch because it still feels jarring to me because of how it's designed. It still doesn't feel like it's like the fantasy that most people have come to love from Magic. At least that's from what I've seen with others. Let's mulligan this. Okay, we can work with this. This can help us fix. Let's see. Thomas McCurry, there's only one card I want. Ooh, what card did you want from the set? What card are you interested in? Let's see. I think MTG has touched many different universes, so I honestly don't see the issue with it. I can understand that too. Wait, hold on one second. Is our opponent also playing Slivers? Oh. Okay. Well, this actually might be exciting here. Yeah. Let's see. Can our budget Slivers outdo their Slivers deck? All right. Game on, opponents. Game on. Okay, we'll get Arcane Signet to fix our mana. I actually have not tried a mirror match with Slivers versus Slivers, so we'll see. Is this going to stop us? Oh, it's JJ. Oh, yeah. I think that might be one of our first deck techs we're going to do with him. I actually do want to build around him. He's actually hilarious. Actually, as a character, I do like in the in Spider-Man. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's just going to be really awkward because everything I'm going to do is, of course, digital. So the only way I'm going to reference deck text is we're only going to use the Omen Pass out of simplicity. I don't want to reference actual... I don't want to reference the actual paper cards. It's just going to confuse everybody. So we're only going to reference, when we do deck text, what is in Arena. MTG has been to the past and the future. I don't see what's wrong with it being in the present, too. Okay. I mean, I understand that. I get that, Sneaky Toilets. And again, if you're excited for this, again, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I do know that some people are still feeling very meh overall. But I'm still trying to... I'm trying to be at least a little bit more neutral about this. I want to be excited, but it just... I don't know. It feels very awkward still. I think the one thing that's also kind of weird is because everything has to be flipped to appeal to the exact same paper cards. I mean, if you're an arachnophobe, you probably don't want to look at the majority of these cards because they have to reference all of the actual spiders themselves. That's the only weird thing I realize about this is, me personally, I'm not a fan of real-life spiders, but I have to kind of stare at it because it's all on the cards. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, everybody. Growth Spiral. Okay, when an opponent casts a spell, they get a stronger Shapeshifter here. That's annoying. Okay, so we will put that onto the field. Well, I guess we'll put the Swiftwood Boots down now. They get another card. But we're just trying to fix for what we need, because that's what we actually need to get through here. We'll swing here. Our opponent might actually beat us here. I'm kind of worried because the Shapeshifters do count as Slivers. But our deck is right now a budget version. So we're going to see if we can try to get around their game plan. Alright, they managed to get the first Sliver to go off first. What'd they get? Oh, they got Swiftfoot Boots. Okay, well, okay. I guess that's an okay hit. Okay, so that does enter tap, so that's good for us. Sticky Toilet, don't get me wrong, I am neither excited nor disinterested. I just care for card effects. Okay, so it's more or less for you the cards themselves, not necessarily so much the theming, which I understand. And I hope there's some solid ones in the set to come. I mean, there are some cool cards from the Spider-Man set that I do want to build around, but we'll see how it all kind of plays out. It's going to be, again, a very interesting time. It's kind of a shame because the next set, I actually do like. The next set is the Avatar one. And I actually do look forward to that one because I am also a big fan of Avatar. And at least their world does at least fit Magic a lot better. Kind of like Final Fantasy. They fit the theme, the overarching themes of Magic overall versus Spider-Man. Shoot the Sheriff. Okay. That's annoying. Okay, so our opponent is doing a really good job of keeping us under control here because they actually managed to get off the first sliver. And they might actually... they might get to us first. Okay, they're going off. Oh no. Oh no, they got the Source Ploucher there? Wow, okay. Okay, so they managed to get Bloodline Pretender. And they're going to start pumping up their creatures. We do get life to still spare us time. But is that enough? Okay, first sliver turning on. Big swing here. Okay. Down to 9. Can we catch up here on this turn? Like, this is our only shot here. If we don't get it, we're dead. So, first sliver. They pump up their creature. So, we do manage to get Enduring Sliver. Which also gets the Mauler to go off. Okay. No attacks. So, at this point, we can only just block. Patchwork Banner, okay. Well, looks like our opponent here has managed to successfully out-sliver us. Wow, I didn't think that was going to happen today, but okay. Okay, we gain a little bit of life there. Okay, opponents. Swinging. Maybe. They do, okay. Alright, can we actually survive the hit here? Probably not. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Okay, so at this point, no matter what I block here, even if I block... Yeah. Down to 6. The World Tree. So it doesn't turn it on immediately, but... they still get pump. So this is our last shot right here. If we don't get anything, then we're pretty much dead. Striking Sliver. Doesn't really help us, but okay. Okay, anything else, opponents? Yep, so we go through the whole deck. Can't really play anything. Okay. Diffusion Sliver. So I think that's the last of our slivers we can play. Do we have any way of hitting our opponent with anything? Fragmentize. Okay, well, I mean, that technically takes out... I guess we take out that. Okay. So we take out one creature, but that's just not enough. Even with what we have, we still cannot survive here. We can still keep chump blocking, but I don't know how much longer we have. Vanquisher's Banner. Okay, we're dead. That's going to pump everything up. They can do a big swing here. We can afford one creature to get through, and that is it. Like, literally just one. Still, I mean, there's some small hope here. Arcane Signet can be used with Bone Shards if we need to then take out the Mauler. Okay, opponent is making more slivers. That does give us more life. Huh. Okay, I mean, we're not dead. Block here. And then I guess... block here? Oh. We managed to take out their... we took out the first sliver. Okay. We lose one creature in the process. Huh. Oh. Oh my goodness, we actually might be able to turn this around right here. Oh my goodness, we actually might be able to get this off. Might be able to do this. Okay, opponent. Losing out on the Mauler. All right. We're not dead. So, yeah. We're still in the fight. We're still in this fight. Our opponent will be able to go get the first sliver to go off again, though. So, that is going to be very annoying. They will get some card draw here. We're not down. Okay, they got the Lantern. That's fine. Gain some life back again. Okay. Another land. Mox Amber. Okay. Maybe there is some hope right here. We just need to stabilize against their option here. We can Bone Shards our way out of this if we need to. Okay, they add on to the first slivers, the boots. Okay. This might still be in our favor here. We'll try. I guess we can't give up this yet. Get a forest card out. Well, not really anything else we can grab, but okay. At least this does help us now fix. So here's how we do this. We will discard. Throw away the island. Opponents. Anything else? Okay. And I guess for us too, we'll keep the first sliver protected. No attacks. Pass. Okay. Well, I mean, again, we're not dead. We could still protect ourselves against the first sliver. They've been actually fumbling quite a bit with their casts, so it's actually been in our favor quite a bit. Sliver Hive. They keep making more slivers, though, but we can gain life off of it. Okay. Spiteful Sliver. Alright. All of our slivers gain Death Touch, which is cute. We can still keep cascading, though. So maybe the Environmental Sciences. We'll take that. We're making a comeback. Okay, what does this do? Whatever. Okay. So it gives all of our slivers a little bit of an extra boost there. So that's the turn. Okay. Well, we're at an interesting crossroads here with slivers versus slivers. I was not expecting this at all. Honestly, thought we were going to be dead for a little while there, but we managed to get the removal we could to kind of keep ourselves alive. Okay. Still hanging in there. They can't swing, though. They are starting to make a lot of sliver tokens, though. But we'll see. Maybe this might be an awkward stalemate at this point, so I don't know. Ooh, okay, predatory sliver. That's good. Get the bauble. Gives all of our stuff pumped up. Sacrifice the bauble. Let's get out, this time, a plains. Not that it matters at this point. We pretty much have everything fixed, so that's actually good for us. No attacks, and pass. Okay. A couple more slivers, and I think we might be able to get this to go off. We just might actually be able to stabilize. Although we're still a little behind because of the life gain and also the fact they can keep making sliver hives. Kindred discovery. Okay. Okay. So anytime it enters or attacks, they draw a card. Okay. Trying to get that card draw engine I see going. It does still help us gain life, though, so it's not like it's that bad. But they are starting to gain extra slivers. Leeching sliver. Okay. Some more cascading. They hit a duress, which does does absolutely nothing to us. Okay. Okay, still gain some life. Let's see. Once we can get double strike, or at least vigilance, I think we can start doing our thing. Hopefully soon, though. I'm on deck. Give me a good hit here. Anything in the 4-drop, and then we can start cascading everything. Okay, no attacks from our opponent, of course. Unclaimed territory. That doesn't help us, by the way. Yeah. Okay, so pass here, I guess. Man, I kind of wish we had something else for the deck. But, I mean, again, the version we're playing right now is a budget version. So I think this is going to cost you, what, like 12 or 13 rares in Arena? Actual paper is going to be, what is it now? It's not the cheapest option, but it is 120, I think, if you want to build the version we're playing today. But of course, there's going to be the super high-powered version we're going to show off again very soon. Man, this match is going to take a while here. Not that I want it to go forever, but hopefully one of us here can find something that can break through the actual stalemate. Hunter is still not giving up, though. Metallic Mimic, okay. Does enter tap, though. So we can still keep gaining life. But it also was not a sliver when it came in, so it does not trigger off Cascade, so that's good for us. Oh, they got their predatory sliver. Okay. The card draw keeps coming. They keep digging. Okay. Striking sliver they get. So now they have first strike as well. Ooh, okay. Okay. Well, they have a better card draw engine than us. That's the one thing we know for sure. But the life gain we're getting is helping us stabilize. Although we are running out of time because they can keep making more. They can keep making more tokens. If we get to our Thrubbing Hive, then maybe we have a shot. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. It's a big power boost. Oh, they have Cloud. Okay, now it's over. So once that untaps, we'll be dead. Because everything's now going to fly in the air. We cannot stop flyers. Oh, they have cut down? Okay. Alright. Our opponent, I think, got us this time. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Well, our opponent managed to beat us there. Did we have fun with that one? I mean, I was a little sad about that, but that's okay, everybody. It's okay. We hung in there as long as we could. We managed to take out some of their big threats, but we just couldn't get around that Cloud Shredder Sliver. Tonberry, that's cute. Alright. Not a big deal, though. Let's go ahead, let's see. Hopefully this time we can actually get an actual real match that kind of gives you a real good idea of like how the deck is meant to go off. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's do this. Let's get this going.
It's time to do.
Yeah, alright. Okay, so, okay, we got the Cloud Shredder Sliver early on, so that's actually not too shabby. Okay, they're playing with Ryu, Storm's Edge. Let's see. Is that going to be something to worry about? Forest, and we'll pass here. Okay, so Go Forth here can help us take out a basic land at instant speed, which is great. Twin Blade Geist, okay. Okay, Go Forth. Take out a basic. Let's see, what basic do we want? I think we've got a Swamp. So this way we can hit the first sliver quickly. Put down the Alpine Meadow first, though. Okay. Captivating Cave. Furnace Punisher. Alright. So they're going to try to get that Warrior game plan to go off quick here. Okay, 2 damage to us. Okay. Okay, we will play the Swamp. Patchwork Banner. On Sliver. And pass here. Okay. So. Can we go off here? Okay. Reinforced Ronin. Alright. Opponents. Swinging away. Down to 20. Down to 19. Down to 14. Ugh. Okay. We're going to brainstorm. Okay. We will throw back. Let's see. I guess we'll throw back our 2 lands. Because it won't matter in a moment here. Okay, I'll put the island on top. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then we will deduce. Okay, investigate. They. Alright. So with that. Plains. Dredgescape Sliver. It's 3/3. So at least we can kind of block for a turn. We'll see. Is that going to be enough? Okay, Mountain. Okay, here comes Ryu. Swinging away with just 1 creature. Okay, get those extra combats in. Ugh. Alright. Okay, Woodland Chasm. We get the forest down. All right. Come on. Big money. Big money. Anything. Okay. A little extra buff there, but I guess that's better than nothing. Okay. No attacks yet. So once we get Cloud Shredder Sliver in, I think we should be good to go here. Cooped up. Okay. So does that turn off our Cascade then? Okay, that does. Okay, so... Oh, they tap it down. Okay. Alright. Does that kill us? That kills us, doesn't it? Yep. So, we are down there, everybody. Well, that's unfortunate for us. That's okay. Not a big deal. Once they turned off our first sliver there, that was pretty much very hard for us to get through. It's okay, though. Not a big deal. Still trying to get a little bit more success out of slivers here, so not going to give up. Question for everybody while we're all still hanging out here. So, what are you looking forward to the Avatar set coming out in, what is it now, November? Wow, that feels like it's going to be like literally just a month and some away. Wow, it's just too soon. But seriously, though, that'll be our near the end of the year set. Are you a fan of the Avatar set? Since we're all kind of feeling very meh about Spider-Man, let's talk about a set that maybe some of you are a little bit more interested in. I would love to hear from you guys on that. Okay, so it's a little slow here, but we can get this to go off. Den Splendid, you have arrived. It's okay if you're late. Not a big deal, my friend. I still appreciate you joining us. So how are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Okay, wooded foothills. Okay, they sack it. You're just in time for us to see if we can get our slivers to go off today. But don't worry, everybody. Next week, we will go back to 60-card decks once we are done this weekend. We just want to, of course, take a break from that because I just want to see what we can do in the space of decks that we haven't had a chance to play with. Okay, come on. We need a third land drop here, and we should be good to go to get everything to going here. You got sick? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, my friend. Hopefully you get better soon. If you don't want me asking, what you sick with? Flu? Sore throats? Hopefully it's not anything too serious. I'm sure, of course, you're taking care of yourself just the same. Okay, good. We got a forest. So from here, Patchwork Banner. We will name, of course, Slivers. Okay. We can put down Striking Sliver. All right. Okay. Well, we're getting close to going off here. One more land. We're playing the Necro Bloom. We played this card last year during the summer. I did like what the card was doing, though. It's actually a fun card if you build around it to make all those zombies. It's kind of like a Field of the Dead in the command zone, which is actually kind of cool. Opponents? 5 cards in hand. What you got? This might mean that our Crippling Fear may actually be more relevant than we imagined. Ooh, okay. Weaver Hawk, okay. So, how do we want to do this here? Well, I guess we'll play Herald's Horn. Naming Sliver, of course. So this means that Leeching Sliver can come in. No attacks yet. Okay. So now all of our slivers are a little bit cheaper, which is great. Of course, our opponent's going to start doing their thing here with the Myth Weaver. But hopefully we can overwhelm them before they get too out of control. Alchemy cards, everybody. Every time. The Get Raw monster. Okay. Okay. Well, they're going to start sacking lands quite a bit here to get the Necro Bloom to go off. But can we outpace them? We just literally need to get the first sliver to go off. And I think we could take care of the rest. Down to 19. Big hit there. Okay. Intus Restoration. Not quite what we need right now, but that's fine. Let's see here. Laid back sliver. Okay. I guess we'll do this. Putu Guanan has subscribed to us over on YouTube. Thanks again for the subscription, my fire friend. I do appreciate that. How are you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Let's sacrifice our forest. Let's get out a new forest, but we'll also get out a... Let's see, we already got the black source. Let's get out the white source. Get the plains. Okay, so with that... So there we go. We've got now... Everything we have fixed. We got, what's it? We got blue. We got green, blue. Sorry, green, black, blue, white, and this counts for red. Okay. We can get the first sliver to go off now next turn. Even if they try to blow up the whole board, we've got this. Conduit of Worlds. Okay. They're going to start recycling their lands. It's always good to recycle, kids. Never forget that. But, just having the extra copies here from the Mythweaver. I hate alchemy so much. So much value. Oh, yeah. It is going to be Cascade time in just a moment here. Even if they do try to get a hit on us right here, we're going to try to Cascade. As soon as they stop doing their landfall shenanigans. Okay. So Keith. All right. Come on, opponents. Anytime now. While we're young. Well, not me anymore. I'm old. Maybe it's a little too late for me. Okay. Anything else? Is that it? Spelunking. Okay. All the lands in the world. Yes? No? Maybe? Is that it, opponents? Okay. Come on, opponents. Anytime now. If it take any longer, I might as well just go to the fridge and get a burrito right now. Okay, there they go. They are swinging now. Oh, opponents, you did something really bad there. We're going to block the Get Rog monster. We do have first strike. Opponents. Okay. Unless they have a free spell, but I don't think they have a free spell in their hand. Opponents? You there? I know you're there. Are they thinking over... Well, I mean, they already declared the attack, so they can't take it back. Oh, they did have an option. Yeep. Ooh. We lose all of our creatures. Wow, they actually did have an option for us. Okay, well, now I feel foolish, but okay. It's okay, everybody. We're going to see. This is going to be our comeback shot right here. It's now or never. Come on, deck. Bear of Litjara. Okay. Not quite what I was going to expect to hit there, but technically counts as a sliver. Sort of. Okay, Get Rog Monster doing its thing. They take a while here. I swear, I'm literally just going to walk to my fridge right now and just heat up a burrito while I'm waiting here. Okay, they did bring in the Necrobloom. They still need one more land to go off and start making zombies. Will they start doing it? Okay. Opponents? Okay. No, seriously. I'm literally going to walk off right now if they take forever at this point, because I am getting a little hungry over here. And I sort of, there's like a burrito right now, all like I can see across the way that I want to get. Come on, opponents. Don't keep me waiting forever. Okay, they're almost tapped out. Come on. More zombies. Swept teeth. All right. The good news, though, is we still have a crippling fear, so we do have a bit of a backup plan, I think, that we might have to do here and now. This might be what we're going to need to slow them down completely. But it will be worth it. Okay, you know what? They are going to take another minute here. I need to heat something up, folks. Honestly, I'm hungry. So, let my opponent do the thing. I'll be right back for just a moment. I just need to pop this into the microwave. Hold on. Okay. Did I miss anything? Okay, opponent is swinging. They got the Get Frothmonger doing its thing. No blocks yet. Still waiting for that burrito to heat up. While I'm waiting for my opponent to go off here. Opponent. That's right. I can probably have a whole meal right now while I'm waiting for my opponent to finish here. But anyway. Hold on. Checking back behind me to see if the food is done. Oh, microwave's still doing its thing. Anytime now. Jeez. Well, while I'm waiting, I'm going to run over real quick to check on the microwave. But real quick for you guys, again, question. I'm just asking everybody right now. How are you feeling again about... Oh, okay. It's done. It's done. Okay. Real quick. So let me know what your thoughts are on the avatar set, everybody. I'll be right back to grab myself a quick little snack. While our opponent's still taking forever and a day. Just literally, they're playing solitaire at this point. Okay. Sorry. Probably should not be eating and talking, but I am hungry. Did I miss anything? Are they still going off? Come on, opponents. Anytime now. Ugh. Hmm. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to swallow this a little bit. Okay. Ah, much better. Okay. Even just one bite out of a burrito feels so nice. Okay, is it finally our turn? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So. Okay. We will... I guess it might be the turn we're going to have to do this. So, you know what? Crippling Fear. We will name Sliver. Blow away their tokens. Nice. Take that, opponents. Okay. So even though we couldn't blow away their other creatures, at the very least for now, this buys us time we're going to need. Let's see. Do we want to do this now? I guess Authority of the Consuls. We could slow them down and gain a ton of life. We will... Okay. No attacks yet. Let their opponents still do their thing. If they're going to take any longer, though, again, I'm just going to literally just munch off to the side here. While our opponent's going to play another game of Solitaire. I mean, we've played our own handful of landfall decks in the past, and we've tried to do combo decks. But also, I try to be courteous to try not to take too long against certain opponents, because it really does feel like... I feel like I don't want to waste someone's time. At least that's how I feel when I play combo decks. Maybe that's why I don't play combo decks that often. Still here, just munching away, waiting for our opponent. Our opponent found also a way to shut off our own life gain, which is beyond annoying. But this is going to be enough. At the very least, putting everything tapped does buy us time. So, sorry, still trying to munch on something here. Okay, opponent's got all the lands in the world right now. Ugh. Finally, our turn? Maybe? Okay, another land. Doesn't really help us out, but that's okay. Okay. Choose up to one target creature or planeswalker. Each creature with power 4 or greater you control deals damage equal to that its power to that permanent. Okay. Okay, so we managed to at least take out Elish Norn there, so I guess that was kind of cute. Planes. Enduring Sliver. Come on, deck. Not quite what I needed. Okay. I guess we search for a basic land at instant speed. Guess we'll get on a mountain. We got Outlast, so that's kind of cute too. Cycle. Come on, give me a hit. Okay, Cleaving Sliver's not bad. Okay. Brainstorm, I guess. Better than nothing, I guess. Draw 3. Now it's just lands. Okay. But the good news, of course, is...
when this comes down. Okay, well, we just need something a little bit stronger to do our thing here, but no attacks yet. So our opponent can still go off here because they have the stupid game plan here. Okay, just trying here, some way, somehow. Come on, opponent, killing me here. In the time it's going to take for our opponent to actually finish their turn, I literally probably could go to the bathroom, heat up another burrito or so, maybe, I don't know, go to the store, wash my car. I could probably take another nap. I could probably build a whole nother deck tech. I could probably even record a whole nother video if I had like a separate laptop right now. Actually, I do have a separate laptop. I just don't have it right now. Okay. Opponent brought back Elish Norn, which means that, well, our life game strategy is not going to work now. Okay, opponent's more than halfway through their deck. Just, ugh, jeez. Did I take this long the last time I did the Necrobloom deck? Anybody remember that stream? Let me know. I don't think anybody here knows, but that's okay. Cityscape Leveler, okay. Okay. It does come in tap, though, so they can't even do anything, but that's fine. Come on, opponents. Okay, meanwhile, I probably might just heat up more food at this point. Oh, never mind, it's our turn again. Okay. So, let's see. Terramorphic Expanse. Sacrifice that. So we can get out a different mountain. Shuffle. Okay. We can't even outlast because it's sorcery speed, so we can't even do that against our opponent's game plan here. You know what? I'm getting kind of bored of this. I usually don't want to concede matches like this, but our opponent has a game plan here that I can't really realistically get through. So, you know what? It's kind of boring anyway. And it doesn't make for good content, so we're going to have to shut it down there, everybody. I'll just take the L. Not a big deal, though. Let's do one more. And we'll see on a budget here how well the deck can do. One more game on budget, and then we'll do the non-budget version. Maybe the non-budget version will be the better version. But sometimes we've had that issue before, where sometimes it really just takes a better mana base, a couple of stronger cards to make the deck a lot better. Ooh. Oh, if only you guys saw right now. Oh, these burritos I have right now are delicious. Okay. Okay, now we're good to go.
It's time to
Yeah, all right, let's do this. Okay, so we have a lot of green. Not that much to actually cast anything here. You know what? Let's mulligan since it's free. Okay. This is kind of doable. Put down the ball again recovery first. So this should then help us get everything going. Fall into a fjord. So we'll bushwhack first. Let's see, what do we need? We need... Black's probably the hardest color for us to hit, so let's get the black source out. And then we'll put down the fjord. Okay. There we go. Temple of Vadin. Opponent's playing a tally, so absolutely disgusting. Because once this goes off, it's going to hurt us a lot, but we will try to get around it. Nice. Okay, so we do have Patchwork Banner. Name Sliver. All right. We should be able to start going off with Slivers here on the next turn. Somberwood Sage. Okay, ooh, Crippling Fear. I think we might have to slow down our opponent here instead, which is not ideal, but... Well, let's see. Crippling Fear. Hold on. So yeah, they'll get a tally down next turn, so no. We gotta blow them away now. So... I didn't want to do this now, but I had to slow them down completely. Oh, I didn't think that we had a card like that in the game. Somberwood Sage? That's powerful ramp. If you can get it to stick, though. Cultivate. Okay, opponent's still trying to speed up their game plan here. Little by little. But we bought ourselves a turn. That's what was important. Okay, like Sliver. All right, here we come, everybody. This is what we came here for. Let's cascade our sliver. Did we hit? Oh, jeez. All right. Decline. Okay. Not much of a hit there, everybody. But that's okay. Our sliver does stick, though, so hopefully we can start going off here. Also, we have Rhythm of the Wild, so maybe that'll help us speed up this clock a lot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Opponents. Okay. Sorry. Still munching away over here. Opponent. They're looking at our sliver. Nothing? Nice. Okay. So let's see here. How do we want to do this? Rhythm of the Wild. We still have 3 mana open. Okay. I think we can do this here. Rhythm of the Wild. Okay. And then with that, Spiteful Sliver. Let's get the cascade going. Come on, give me a good hit. Let's get some more slivers going. Okay. Not a sliver, but I guess ramp is better? At least we can actually use that. Let's get out... What do we want? Let's get an island. Okay. Opponents? All patch formation. Alright. Destroys it, but that's okay. Not a huge deal. We still got a big hit here. Down to 17. Okay. Herald's Horn. Our opponent is, okay, Trailblazer. So, here it comes. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! Does Hallie actually hit something? Enduring Courage, okay. They got the good boy. And they got Tokasa's Welcome. Which doesn't really help them, but I guess that's not the worst. Herald's Horn. On Sliver. Okay. So with that, Realm Walker. No. Cancel. Decline. We still want to actually get something more worthwhile. So Sliver. And, ooh, okay. Hollowhead Sliver. Into Dredgescape. Alright. There we go. Now we're starting to do this. Go forth. And... well, I mean, we don't really have a pump option, so I guess we'll just get another basic out. This time we'll get out a Plains. Okay. Plains down. And then let's see. Okay, so we can discard and draw a card at instant speed if we need to. No taxes yet. We're going to wait for a second here. They're going to transform Tally at some point, I'm sure. Opponent. Come on. Come on. Opponent. You there? Hello? Okay, they do have the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. So they will pound away at what? Realm Walker? Spiteful Slither? Okay. We will discard now. Draw a card. Okay. They take out one of our slivers. Ugh. But that is good, though, because that allows us to hit something else. So what do we hit then? I guess we'll hit... wait, no, that has to go to face. Okay. Okay, well, I guess something. They're obviously going to swing. Okay. So that means they take out another sliver. Okay. Opponents. I guess we'll do this now. Discard the card. Draw a card. Okay. And let's see. Well, do we take... we'll take the hit. We want to make sure we can actually... make sure we can just keep cascading. We need to still do that. So the good news, though, is this has Unearthed, so we can still bring it back. So that's actually not a problem for us. So here's what we do. First off, we got to fight. Bridge Bilges is down. Boiler Bilges. No. Boiler Bilges. Words are hard, by the way. Let's see. Dredgescape coming in. Okay. So this does mean that Spiteful Sliver also can come back. If nothing else for a turn. So let's see. Do we swing? Well, okay. Well, they're going to die, so might as well. They're going to die no matter what, so you might as well just use them up while you can. Down to 10. To face. Okay. We exile them. Okay, well, at least they got in a little bit. Just a little bit to help us out. We are close, though. We are still at 18. Our opponent's at 7. Kolga. Ooh. Well, they can't fight the first sliver. They can, but it doesn't really help them. Oh, wait, I forgot. No, actually, they can take it out. But that's okay. We still have enough mana where we can still push through damage if we need to. Okay. So they do lose Kolga. Put that back in the command zone. It's actually a little cheaper thanks to Herald's Horn, so it's not horrible, right? Okay. Electric Duplicate. Ugh. Okay. Stealing our stuff again. Tyrannus Rex. Okay. Oh boy. Yay. I guess our free stuff just can't outvalue their free stuff. No blocks. We'll take it down to 8. That puts on us 4 counters. Okay, so discard the forest. Draw into the Binding of the Old Gods. Okay, so let's see here. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dang. We can't. Okay. First Sliver. Cascade into Arcane Signet. Get that down. Binding the Old Gods. We destroy Atali. Alright. And no attacks. Okay. So at least Atali's off the field for now, but that's still not enough. Dang. Just can't quite get there. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna just cascade that. Man. Can't really quite get there with what we have, but that's okay. Still, a little disappointing, but it's all right, everybody. Let's actually look at this from a different perspective. Let's see if we can make this a little bit stronger. So what if we actually decided to take the time to actually make Slivers a little bit stronger on our end? So here's what I would recommend for you to see if you really like Slivers. We need to up the power level for this deck a lot. So let's pump it up a bit. Let's take this to the next level. So this version here that I have, if you do like Slivers, and even though we didn't do the best of runs, I still think we can pull off some amazing stuff if you really want to step it up. So in terms of upgrading the deck to get a lot more value out of it, you're going to add in a couple of things here. I mean, you're going to keep all the Slivers you can, because realistically, there's not many options for you. But we do have a couple of additional power boosts here. So we do have Mana Drain. It's a much more stronger counter spell for us. In terms of upgrading for more protection, we have Heroic Intervention now, so that's going to be a lot more buffed up power for us. In terms of other forms of things here, we have Tokash as well, and they'll still keep us drawing cards, but we're also going to throw in Black Market Connections, because this creates for us Shapeshifter tokens, which actually do help us out quite a bit there. We will also throw in, for a little bit more of an upgrade here, let's see, you actually can't keep the majority of things as is, so we could throw in Roaming Throne. That's actually a much more stronger piece for us that can give us a lot better triggers once we start getting our game plan going there. We will also throw in as well our 2 most strongest Slivers that are also added in, Sliver Hive Lord and Sliver Overlord, that was added to us thanks to Edge of Eternities. If you want to, you actually can swap either one of these Slivers out from the first Sliver into one of these. I would arguably say though Sliver Overlord might actually be stronger, but you might want to tweak your deck just a little bit to make sure you can ramp correctly with him, because Sliver Overlord can allow you to dig out a Sliver card. You have to pay 3 mana, but that'll help you out, of course, just ensure that you can dig out the Slivers you do need. So you can do that if you want to. But the reason why we're going to keep first Sliver here is mostly just because of the Cascade mechanic to help us cascade into what we need. Otherwise, the other major upgrades to the deck are mostly going to be in the forms of just getting everything else we want to go off here, utilizing better lands. So shock lands, of course, are going to be replacing all of those snow lands. We'll then throw in much more stronger fetch lands. So we'll keep in at least a set that can get us a little bit of everything. So the Arid Mesa, Bloodstained Mire, Misty Rainforest, Verdant Catacombs. We'll also throw in Prismatic Vista for the basics. Add in a Mutavault because this can count as a Sliver when we need it to. Otherwise, oh yeah, we'll also throw in, of course, the essential Sliver Hive. Very expensive card and paper, though, but essential for the deck to help us start building up our Sliver game plan. But that's pretty much going to be the better upgrades for us overall. Actually, now that I think about it, there might be one small thing I might want to change here. So we'll probably cut out the Tokasa's Welcome. And we'll put in, because we saw it from another opponent, and I realized, wait, I totally forgot that card actually exists. We'll throw in a Vanquisher's Banner. So that's actually what we want as well. So we'll go to Artifacts. And yeah, there we go. Vanquisher's Banner. Much better option for Pump. Okay, so let's see. Can this version of the deck do better than the budget version? We'll find out right now. I think the non-budget version is now like, ooh, you're probably going to hate me for this, but it's about like, what, 40, 50 rares? And probably like $500-$600 in actual paper. So not something I would recommend for you to actually build straight out from the get-go, unless you actually have stupid amounts of money. But if you do like slivers, I mean, you can go nuts. You definitely can go nuts. Hold on one second, everybody. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more food going while I'm waiting for my opponent. So give me 1 second. I'm going to run across the way. Be right back, everybody. Hold on. Okay. Whew, okay. Did I miss anything, everybody? Okay, sorry. Sorry, I had to get my food together. Because, again, I'm starving. Okay, so where are we at here? Okay, this actually looks pretty good here. Oh, we got the Thrumming Hive already in hand? Oh, that's going to be beautiful for us once we go down. So what are we fighting against? Oh, it's Eldrazi. Okay, well, this might be a fun one. Bring it on, opponents.
It's time to
Eldrazi versus Slivers. Which one is the more disgusting tribe to fight against? Oh, we're going to find out here. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. At least I hope it will be. Excuse me, opponent. Ew. Something went down the wrong hole there. Blech. Okay, so let's get our Bloodstained Mire sacked. Okay, what do we want to grab? We want to grab... So this is good here, because actually we can get much more stronger lands very easily here. So, I think we probably might want... Let's get the Stomping Ground. Tapped. Okay, opponents. Dredgescape Sliver. Throw down our Plains. We will throw down Arcane Signet. We will throw down a Johnny's Welcome. Okay. Little by little, we are going to build up our plan here. I feel pretty good about this one. Okay. Mountain. Okay. Interesting opponents. Secluded Courtyard. Gaming Sliver, of course. We will... Realm Walker. Gaming Sliver, of course. Gain a little bit of life, thank you. And this also makes Thrumming Hive Pool cheaper and cheaper as time goes on. If we can get a good amount of hits here... Ooh, they got Roaming Throne too, okay. Alright, opponents. We're tapped and attacking, okay. So we block 1. Down to 22. Hive Stirrings. Okay. Alright, we came here for a reason, everybody. First Sliver time. We will, of course, get that Growth Spiral to go off, which is fine. Not ideal. But we can gain a little bit of life there. That's fine. Okay, so Thrumming High Pool should hopefully start building up for us a ton of stuff here in just a smidge. Hopefully it'll go off. Opponent? No swings? I assume not. Okay, it's the impossible. Okay, making all Eldrazi spawns. Okay, we got a mountain. We will play... Let's see here. Create 2 tokens. This actually will turn on the high pool quicker here. Gain some life. Belligerent Sliver. Okay, opponents. Ooh, okay. Sacking for a land. This is fine. We'll cascade right into that rampant growth. So this is just help us with rampant. We will get out... What do we not have? Oh, I guess we'll get an island. That works with a counterspell. Okay, gain some more life. So Thrumming High Pool next turn should start making us a ton of stuff here. No attacks yet. Okay, we should be good to go soon. Hopefully next turn should be the turn to go off. Oh, wow. Ooh. Let's see. Can we get around that? I'll have to block 1 here. And... block 2 there. Okay, well, that's all we can do for now. We don't want to go too far because we want to start rebuilding slivers quick. Down to 11. Okay, Cavern of Souls. Okay. On Sliver. Thrumming High Pool. I actually wish this was an artifact sliver, so that would have gone off with the first sliver, but that's okay. Dredgescape. Okay. Authority of the Consuls. Okay, well, I'll take that as a hit. Okay, gain some life back. Alright, so... let's see. Can we afford a swing here? They would have to double block everything, wouldn't they? It's 14 in theory. 18. 90, 20, 21, 22, 23. So, in theory? No, we can't. No, we can't. Gotta wait it out. Azalak. Well, too bad. We're counterspelling that, opponent. You're not going to get that on the field today. Too bad. Keep that off the field for a little bit longer. The Iron Crag, okay. Okay. Opponent, are you going to swing? They do. Cheeky. Okay. They want to, they can. Okay. We'll take the life gain. We'll take more life gain. So, block Hayward here. Realm Walker can take out that, and that. Okay. Nice. We'll take that, opponent. Thank you. Gain some more life back. All right. Now we're starting to get back to this fight here. Okay. So, I guess this might be the turn to do the big swing. Let's see. Did we get too cheeky here? No, we didn't. We got them. Yes. All right. That was a good one. We defeated the Eldrazi with slivers. Oh, yeah. Sliver supremacy, everybody. Okay. So we got our first real good win from there. For a moment there, I was like, wait. Our opponent does realize we have double strike. But, hey, I'll take it. Sometimes reading the cards are important. Okay, so let's see. What do we got? Okay, so nice. Got a Chromatic Lantern. We do have ways of ramping out, so this is actually pretty good for us. Okay, Forest. Delighted Halfling. What are we playing against? Oh, Emoti. Okay, so they also got Cascade shenanigans going on, too. We'll see if that's going to be bad for us. Okay. Opponents. Entis Restoration already. Wow, that's fast. Okay. Okay, so that means they have Emoti out next turn. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, just try to make it work. Kind of a shame we don't have a 1-mana Mana Dork for Slivers, but I suppose that might be a little too strong. So they're cascading now. What'd they cascade into? So they got what? Ugin's Binding? Okay. All right. Well, Prismatic Vista. Okay, and then we will get... I guess it doesn't really matter what we get per se, but let's get out first a Black Source. So we'll get a Swamp. So at least now we have everything fixed. Unclaimed Territory on Slivers. Chromatic Lantern. So now everything is fixed perfectly. At the very least, one of the best things that happens is that once you upgrade the deck, you can fix your mana a lot easier to do 5 colors. Okay. In the meantime, I'm still going to try to go off here. Thankfully, they didn't get a big hit there, so we have time. Is this going to be our turn? Okay, we got Command Tower. That's perfect. All right. Here we go. Can we go off here? Show me some love. Cascade. What did we get? Ooh, Lava Billy Sliver. Okay, I'll take that. And then we ping our opponent for 1. Gain that life. Ping again. Nice. If they're in Simic colors, the only thing we got to worry about is either fight spells, bounce spells, or counters. Oh, and our opponent has already had enough. They did not want to deal with our Sliver plan. All right, that's fine. I'll take a win there. Ah, all right, all right. A win is a win. Getting them done. Okay. All right. Free card. Cute. All right, let's keep the good times rolling. So far, so good. We've been doing decently now with Slivers. I mean, wow. All it just takes is an upgraded mana base, and we do a lot better now. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, everybody. Do you actually like Slivers as a creature type? Would you like to see more Slivers added to Arena? Is there an obscure creature type that you actually would like to see a lot more support for? In the past year, I never thought we would actually get a lot of support for some more random obscure things. We got support now for mice, even if people don't like mice currently. We got support for lizards, which I was happy about. We've seen now everything from, like, what is that? From Bloomborough alone, like otters, more support for elk and things like that, which has been nice. Of course, I'm a creature person, so I do like decks that focus on creature game plans. So that's kind of why I guess I have an affinity, if you will. See what I did there? See? But yes, I do have an affinity for creature-based decks. So you got a creature-based deck that you want to show off to me, let me know. I would love to hear from you guys from that. Yes. Let's see if we can get that cascade time going. All right. Opponents, let's see what we got here. Let's start off with Hollow Fountain, tapped. Allies, more Slivers would be okay. Hello, my fire friends. Peter Bellark and Wesley Mashburn. Hello, how are you doing today over on YouTube? Hopefully I have a wonderful day wherever you're at, you two. Okay, so let's see. We're going to see if we can keep the good times rolling with Slivers here. Let's see. What do we want to add in? We'll just fix for what we need. Enduring Sliver. So let's get our Sliver game plan going. We should have enough here to hopefully get what we need. Okay, so they got Urza down already. Urza is strong, but we'll see if we can find a way to push through this no matter what. We have Belligerent Sliver. Let's see. Actually, let's get down Hollow Head. This actually might be our key piece here. No attacks yet. So, let's see. From here, we can discard a Sliver we don't need. Mox Opal, okay. And at least with a Sliver we can, or at least a card we can discard. Hopefully we can fix it to what we need. We need a black source and a white source, ideally. Okay. Opponent is not playing around here. They're not going to swing. But we'll see. Allies was among the first tribals, if I recall correctly. I think you're right. Like, at least definitely got a lot of support, and we're going to see allies come back in like 2 months thanks to Avatar. So we'll see. Hopefully, if it all goes well, we'll get a lot more support there. All right, we'll put down our forest. Belligerent Sliver. All right, so now they have Menace. We'll pass here. If our opponent gets cheeky, we can do Pump if we need to for a little bit of a combat trick, or... Oh, Cityscape Leveler? Okay. All right, opponents. Joy. So we do lose a creature there. Do they swing? I don't think they will, of course. So go forth. So this will help us dig out one of our other colors. Let's get out black since that's the toughest for us. But I'll have to actually check that up. I'm pretty sure you're probably right on the allies thing. Okay, so once again, spin it to win it. Come on, Cascade. We're here for a reason. Adventurous Impulse? Okay. Well, not quite what I wanted. Alright, so... that was a little awkward there. Okay. Cityscape Leveler is going to be very tough to get through. If we can get at least one... Okay. We have a lot of lands. So I'm going to destroy... Yeah. Okay. Put it back to the command zone. So if we can only get through that Cityscape Leveler, we'd be fine. But I don't know if we're going to do that in time. We'll keep digging for stuff here. Let's throw away the extra forest. Come on, deck. Where's my removal at? I need any removal for Cityscape Leveler. Anything. Okay, World Tree, I guess at least helps us fix our mana, but we don't need that right now. Throw away the mountain. Come on. Removal, okay. Dang it. Still not the removal we need. Down to 17. Here, at least represented tribal is probably Ooze. Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe we might do an Ooze deck down the line. Maybe we'll do it for Halloween. I always try to pull up a fun Halloween-style deck in the future. Okay, we'll play the World Tree. All right, so... I feel like there's just nothing we can really do with this hand. Okay. Just kidding? Messing with me there. Well, now I feel absolutely silly. I mean, to be fair, though, like, I don't know everything about Magic, so, hey, you definitely could have got me there. Okay. Is there any way out of this, or am I just kind of... It's over for me, isn't it? I don't have any removal. I mean, I can play Sliver Hive Lord, or Overlord here, but there's nothing I can really do to stop a Cityscape Leveler unless we actually have hard removal. And we don't have that in this... At least not in this hand right now. I mean, at least we can maybe... Oh, alright. You know what? It's okay. That's a wash. We're not going to get around 2 Cityscape Levelers in this game. I'll just take my L. Yeah, I guess I would have to look that up. I might do another... I do need to do some non-deck tech videos again. I've been meaning to do that, but they're on my back burner. Peter, I haven't Googled it. There's probably a tribal that Google would be pleased to answer. Assuming the AI doesn't kind of completely give you a wrong answer. Oh, that's also another idea I've been trying to do again. Maybe I might do another AI-created deck in the future to see if maybe they've done better than last time. They made for us a deck that was all over the place. In some way, somehow, we gotta win with it? I don't know. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, so 3 colors here. None of the colors help us out with this game plan here, but we do have the Overlord and the Cloud Shredder. Those are really good. Roaming Throne also is nice too to have. I don't know. Let's roll the dice on this one. Okay, they got the Once Upon a Time already. They're playing Garrick. Okay. Okay. Opponents, getting out their land. Okay, we got a Temple Garden. So I guess that helps us out a little bit there. Have that enter tapped. See what our opponent's going to try to do here. Temple. Scryin. Okay, so let's see. I guess Cloud Shredder Silver can come in now. Gives every other one flying in haste once we get them in. Dredgescape can help us out too. Okay, opponent. Mossborn Hydra. That might be a threat later on. We swing here. Okay. We need a black source. Roaming Throne will be nice when it comes in. But if we don't also have hard removal, or at least a way to go wide, we're gonna lose here quick. Path of Discovery. Alright. They swing. Down to 23. Still anybody's game. Oh. If we can only get to a black source, this would be amazing. Well, we're close, though. Roaming Throne. On Sliver. So it's a flying... It's a flying throne. Okay. I mean, that's still damage. Come on, deck. Help me find a black source. It is a bit of a long shot right now. It's probably going to be one of our mana rocks that's going to help us get there, but okay. Alchemy cards? Boo. Disgusting. Okay. Alright. Come on. Do your thing. What kind of... Yeah. Again, just... I don't mean to do my hourly alchemy rant, but just... It's always these cards that always tilt me. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Anything else? Okay. Opponents? Is that it? Okay, they station. Okay. Down to 19. Got a mana drain. That doesn't help us out now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No attacks. Wow, we're in a really awkward spot because we are missing literally one black source to actually help get the rest of the game plan to go off. I can't even counterspell because I don't have the right colors. One of the major downsides, of course, of playing a 5-color deck, if you just cannot fix correctly, you end up having these awkward situations where there's certain cards in your hand you just can't cast. Okay, Rampant Growth. Okay, opponent, however, on the other hand, is getting successful here. Okay. Hydra is getting a little big here, so I'm getting a little scared. Okay. Stationing still. So they're not tapping just yet. So they turned on Avendo, Walking Haven. Can we get around this plan? Is there a way out? Okay, Johnny's welcome. Same thing. It's just we're not getting what we need. Come on, deck. Come on. We need a little bit more love. That Mossborn Hydra is going to be set to destroy as soon if we don't have anything. At most, what is it? This is our last turn to survive? Maybe? Anything. Garrick. Okay. Okay. Doing exploring. Okay. Big swing. No. Okay. Hive Stirrings. Dang, that still doesn't do it, does it? For the moment they get another land next turn, we're dead, aren't we? Dang. That's unfortunate. So yeah, that land comes down, that becomes a 32-32. Even if I block with everything, we're still dead. He can also tick down to destroy. It doesn't destroy. But once that land comes down, it's pretty much over. So was it 32? Yep. Okay, so we don't really block that. Yeah, we're dead, aren't we? We can block 7 of that. 4 claw, okay. Yeah. All right, that's fine. We'll just concede here. I realize now I'm looking at him like, oh, there's just no way we're going to get around this, are we? Given over our opponent just sandbags us for another turn or so, it's just delaying the inevitable. All right, we didn't get quite our mana there. That was awkward, but that's okay. Not the worst for us. So we're going to give this another shot here. Let's see. Can we do it here on the next game? We have a little bit of time left. Again, my streams aren't that long because, again, this little fireball does have to take care of grown-up stuff every so often. But I still appreciate every single one of you that has shown up today. So thanks again, everybody, for those of you that are here. I do appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so let's see. Can this hand do it for us? We only have 2 lands in hand, but we should be able to draw into what we need. So let's dig with Adventurous Impulse. And then with that... Oh, okay, we'll get a Verdant Catacombs. That's fine. We'll take that. So let's see. Okay. Plains. Opponent's playing Maha. That's fine. Put down Authority of the Consuls. So this should hopefully help us out here. Sliver Hive. Okay, that's cute. That's good. We'll name Sliver here with 1. Herald's Horn. Also naming Sliver. Nice. All right. Still building up everything. We're looking good. Swamp. Liliana the Veil. Ooh, okay. That might be a problem for us. Just a little bit. Okay, so in that case then...
We all have things we'd rather...
Let's see. I guess we'll throw away the deduce. Actually... Yeah, we'll do that. Reveal. Nice. Lava Belly Sliver. And Bridgewater Battles. Play the Verdant Catacombs. Sack the Verdant Catacombs. We can dig out... We already have the Sliver Hive. I think... Watery Grave. And... Tap. Lava Belly. Ping down.
You know, I think you'd look better as a corpse.
Do they tick down? Opponent. Cut down. Okay, so they got a lot of removal. Go blank. Oh, jeez. Okay, fine. Go blank. Okay, so it's going to be a discard deck the whole way through, which I'm going to hate here. Okay. So the Cascade is going to be the only thing that's going to save us here. Okay, Reveal. Striking Sliver. Okay, so we got the Breeding Pool. Spin it to win it with Cascade. Come on. Okay, not quite huge, but I guess puts down a couple creatures on the field. So does our opponent take up or take down? We have 2 cards left. Can we get around? No, they did. All right. Put it back into the command zone. Ugh, it's so annoying. Okay, they tick down again.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Okay. We reveal... Okay. Well, okay. Striking Sliver. Roaming Throne. Okay. Well, we're out of cards now. You know where to run. Wow. Still annoying. Even so, still named Sliver. If they tick down with Liliana, they do lose it. So we'll see what they pick here. Now they have Withering Torment. Wow, just nothing but removal the whole way. This is boring. Okay. Can't even use that, but we'll put it down so that way we don't lose it to discard. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Is Maha coming down now? It is. But it is tapped, so that is good for us. That does buy us time. Okay. Okay. Can't really do anything with this. Because it has to be a creature we control. Dang. Alright, well, our opponent right now has us in a very annoying spot. They're just going to keep throwing away our stuff, so... I guess we'll just counter their ability. That's all we can do. I mean, I suppose they could have just thrown away a card there, but whatever. Whatever. Come on, deck. Show me some love. Okay, well, I guess a land's better than nothing. Okay, spin it to win it again. Trying once again here. Come on, deck. Show me something. Anything. Chromatic Lantern. Not quite. But I guess that does help us a bit. Because now we can put the boots on to the sliver. Oh, do they actually have removal? Wow. Wow. So I realize now that Repudiate was the worst thing I probably could have done for myself. I countered their own ability. That allowed them to keep a card. And that came back to screw me over. You know what? I'm just going to shame scoop. That was shameful for me. I should not have done that. I screwed myself over there really bad. Oops. Hopefully nobody will see this and laugh at me, but yeah. I realize now that was probably the worst thing I could have done for myself because I gave them a free card. And that literally was what costed me the Liliana removal. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. As always, I've said, not saying I'm amazing at Magic. I'm just a humble little fireball that sometimes has way too much time on his hands. Okay, let's mulligan this real quick. Okay, we can make this work. This is fine. Yes, I mean, I prevented the loyalty, but the issue was that means they got to keep a card in hand, and that was literally the card that removed my sliver, so it's okay, though. That was a bit of a risk. Because sometimes, again, you think in your head, well, the chances of them having removal, they might be bluffing it. They might not be. But then again, I realized they were playing mono black, so the chances were probably against me. It's okay, though. Not going to be mad about that. It's just me being a little bit foolish here and there. But sometimes that is the game of Magic for you. You sometimes risk everything, and sometimes you lose everything. It's all good. Playing Kalia. Gamble. Ooh, okay. And they discard a random card, huh? All right, let's see. But I still appreciate your support there, Peter. I get what you're trying to say, though. Okay, opponent digging for something. Rampant growth. Always get the swamp, because that's the hardest one to get. Gonna munch right now on something real quick. Hold on. Okay, our opponent's gonna try to reanimate quick here, because I can see what they're trying to do. We'll see if that's gonna hurt us. Okay, vigilance. Okay. Will we be fast enough here? We need a red source. Kalia's almost ready to go. Beautiful. We actually get the red source. Okay. Well, this is cool. All right. Spin it to win it. Can we get something? Anything. Give a... We don't need binding right now. Wow. We could have used this later on, but this is not what we need right now. Okay. I can't believe that. Ugh. We have not been lucky today with removal. Okay. I mean, we'll have another shot after this. Down to 17. We will get another shot with the first sliver in a bit. Still 5 mana. Kalia. Okay. Kalia's down now. Herald's Horn. Naming Sliver. We will get out Belligerent Sliver. We can get Menace going. And we'll play Enduring Sliver as well. Now everything has Outlast. Our opponent here, 15, 14, 13. Okay, down to 10. We're close. But is it going to be enough? I am a little scared to what they're going to throw down right now. Ooh, they got the one ring. Okay. So they survive a turn. Is that going to be enough? Oh, hold on one second. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Our opponent gave up? Yay? I guess? Okay, I'll take a win. Give me also 1 second, because I'm going to do something I need to get rid of. If I can just do this real quick. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Wait, will it reconnect me? Sorry, I'm just trying to reconnect to get rid of something here. Because I see it, and it's not doing its thing. Oh, come on. Let me do this already. Wait, why is it not letting me reconnect to the chat on Twitch? Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to get rid of something here, and it's not going to let me do it. Okay. So I'm going to try to fix this real quick. Command tower. Well, I'm also trying to get authority of the consoles down. Okay. Okay, planes. There we go. There we go. Phew. Okay. Say no to bots, everybody. Say no to bots. Sorry. Took a little bit longer there, but we got it. Mana Weft Sliver. So they also have authority of the consoles. Okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting fight. Everyone tapping things left and right. Getting life back and forth. I guess that's something that's going to happen here. Prismatic Vista. Sacrifice Prismatic Vista here so we can get out. As always, I always like to get out my black source because we want to make sure we can actually get that. And Chromatic Lantern. Fixes everything perfectly now. Leeching Sliver. Okay. So now we have everything fixed, thankfully. We can also get out the Hive Pool. So, can we do... Wait, hold on. They're orange. Oh, this is a, Oh, they destroyed our thing. Okay. Huh. We're playing against an actual, Wizards player? Well, that's a first. I've actually never played against someone actually from, Wizards there, so that's cool. I don't know if they're going to see the stream, but hello. Thanks again for being my opponent today. But we're going to spin it to win it right now. Come on, deck. Rampant Growth. Not quite what I wanted, but okay. I guess it's better than nothing. Get out the island. Okay. Pass. Okay, so can we do this? Arcane Signet, okay. But yeah, I don't know who Distilled Broccoli is, but okay. That's kind of cute. We get at least to face off against somebody from WotC. Okay, opponent is doing their swings. Down to 24. We go down to 21, okay. Can we beat them? This actually would be hilarious if we can. Thrumming Hive Pool. Well, I guess we'll get this out now. Okay. Okay. We will swing with everything. Get our pings in. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Lots of pinging. All right. Do they make us draw a card? They do. Okay. Okay, Entish Restoration. Down to 17. Down to 15. Okay, so my opponent over here. Do you have an answer? At 15? They're at... Sorry, we're at 21. Okay, so they do reconfigure. Okay. I guess we'll turn on Mutavault now. Block here. Do they have Trample? I feel like they do. Wait, do they? Okay. We managed to soften the blow a bit, but we did manage to get rid of Lightning. Okay. Shatter the Sky. Okay. We have to Shatter the Sky. Annoying, but that's not horrible for us. We still get Slivers out on the field, so they're still going to do their thing. Okay, Overgrown Tomb. Play the Misty Rainforest. Crack Misty Rainforest. And I guess we'll get out... And probably the Stomping Ground might be the best thing. Alright. And we'll pass here. So we have a couple options. We can either do our Entish Restoration, or 3 steps ahead. Okay. Maybe this might have to be the last one here. Here's resolve. Okay, wait, do we want that? I think we'll have to actually do this here now. Counter that. Cycle the migration path. Okay, striking sliver. That's cute. They still get a little bit of life gain here, which is, again, not the best, but we can make it work. Striking sliver. Tap still. Down to 21. Down to 19. Okay. Lightning coming down again. Chaos Warp. Oh, okay. Well. Let's see what we get. Lava Belly Sliver. Okay. It's still a bit of a ping, so I guess that helps a little bit, but wow. Well, I mean, they're definitely playing at a level where they can afford to do these things, so I guess that's what you get with this. Okay, get 2 more lands. Predatory Sliver. That's actually pretty good for us. There we go. All right. Pinging our opponent there. Big swing here. Down to 6. Tapped. Okay, so this might be it. Did we beat out a WotC employee? Lightning coming in. Big Stort. But they are tapped still. And did we get the win here? We did. Good game to you, WotC player. All right, nice. We managed to get our victory there. All right, woohoo! I'll take that. Thank you, thank you. Victory there, everybody. I think we're probably going to have to end it there because I realize I look at the clock. Oh, snap. This Fireball also has to get to his big boy job in a bit. So we're probably going to have to cut it here, everybody. I do apologize for that. But hey, at least we ended on a high note. I'll definitely have to highlight that one for a future YouTube clip. So someone has to remind me about that. Otherwise, that's going to be it for the Slivers deck, everybody. It was a little bit shorter than I expected, but we're going to have to take care of a couple things. So before we go, as always, I do want to talk about the deck as a whole. Let's talk about all the good and the bad. So, how did you feel overall about Slivers, everybody? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? The budget one is playable. I'll say it that way. But it didn't do as well as I was expecting it to do. I mean, it kind of underperformed in some spots. It's a bit of a shame, but at the same time, it also comes at the cost of being what it is. It is budget, so we're going to expect everything to be a little bit tougher to use. That's not a bad thing. I still think that if you do like Slivers, if you like 5-color decks, this can be a decent starting point for you, but definitely you're going to want to upgrade the mana base ASAP. There are definitely maybe some cards I might have to switch in and out here, but most of it was focused on trying to get the ramp package going so we can ensure that we can get the first sliver to cascade. So that's something to consider. For the upgraded version, I think, obviously, once you can afford it, you definitely can get a lot more value out of it. Thrumming Hive Pool, when it comes down, you kind of saw from that last game, it was our all-star against our opponent there. Without that, we probably would not have won the game. So definitely a really solid card and a great addition to any Sliver deck. It's literally a staple for you. You cannot not play this card. But overall, though, we didn't get a chance to see a lot of stuff pop off crazily. But, I mean, you have a lot of cool stuff that we can kind of help ensure that Slivers can still do their thing. Although Arena doesn't have that many Slivers per se, we were still able to cram in all of them and still provide a decent amount of support pieces. Like if you can put in cards like Roaming Throne, if you can put in cards like Vanquisher's Banner, these help you again fill out your game plan to make sure you can still get the card draw, still get a little extra support with triggers. If you want to get a little bit more value, or maybe you can't afford all the Slivers as is, you can also supplement if you want to with Changelings. That's something we didn't really do with this deck, but if you really, really want to stretch it, I think there's probably a couple of cards maybe you can add in here that might help you out here. Changeling Outcast doesn't look like much, but it can't be blocked. So this can mean you have an unblockable beatdown creature if you want to. Cards like Graveshifter maybe might have been better for the deck if you want to go a little bit more slow and more mid-range. Other cards that can help you out, like Irregular Cohorts, creates for you another Shapeshifter, which technically would be another sliver that you can add to the whole game plan. If you want to stay with the budget and you wanted to use more of the snow permanents, Moreteo the Frost here can actually be a good decent creature for you because it is a snow legendary, so it does count there. And a couple other cards can help you out with a little bit more utility. If you want to try, Mass Vandal here, you can exile one of your slivers out of your deck and then exile an artifact and enchantment. I guess they probably would have helped us out there a little bit better. Yeah, I do know that looking back here, there probably were some cards that I might have missed, but the gimmick, of course, that I wanted to focus on was just trying to get out as many of the actual slivers, period. But you can still mix and match with changelings and shapeshifters if you want to. Backform Harvester here. Decent little card here again if you want to do some pseudo graveyard hate. 3-tree mascot here. It may not look like much, but you can use this to technically fix your mana to what you need. Maybe this might have helped us out there. I don't know. But there's some options for you there if you do like it. Either way, it is playable, and you could definitely make slivers work in Brawl. I'm not sure about 60 card because I haven't had a chance to really kind of play around with slivers and 60 card. But that might be a future video down the line. Until then, for those of you who are still watching, and just before we end today's stream, let's actually go over one more final thing. Oh yeah, I've never played against a dev. Lucky. Yeah, that was actually my first time I actually ever played against a dev from the game. So I was actually pretty happy about that one. I'll definitely clip that one for a future video so other people can enjoy that. But yeah, thanks. Maybe I'm sure all of you will get lucky to face off against a dev at some point. They're very rare and hard to face off because you never know when they're on. But otherwise, before we go, since all of you are still watching, thanks again for hanging in there for a little bit longer, my True Fire friends. If you made it this far into the stream, let's talk about again what is to come for the next couple of decks. So our next deck tech is going to be Absolute Treachery here. We just need to film a couple more things that I kind of had to backtrack on a little bit because I kind of messed up on some spots. But the deck is done. We already finished the gameplay, so we just need to finish editing this video this weekend. This should be up hopefully by Monday morning, just before we enter into the Omen Pass. Once we get to that, we'll throw up a couple shorts throughout the week. We'll do definitely our next couple live streams. We'll be focusing on the Omen Path card, so expect a lot of spiders coming out for the set. We'll hopefully get some fun out of it. I don't know how it's going to look for viewership and everything, but I hope all of you will still stick around, even if it may not be based upon a popular set, but hopefully we'll get some viewers with it. But otherwise, we'll worry about this deck. We'll talk about this deck more in depth with some gameplay coming up in a couple days. Otherwise, I don't really have any other decks I'm really kind of working on right now because I'm just waiting for Omen Paths to drop, and then we can really start building some more stuff out. There might be some decks that I'm still trying to build around, such as basically Slimefoot. So this is going to be one of our other ultra budget decks that don't use any rares or mythics. So this will be one of our future deck techs that we'll kind of talk about in the future. We're looking at a mono red prison deck that I'm still trying to find a way against all odds to make it budget friendly and then make a video around it. I don't know if we can do that for Tarmogoyfs. I wanted to do that for Tarmogoyfs for a while, but I don't think this deck is also going to be able to make it to a budget level like I want to, because there's so many Tarmogoyfs that you want. There's so many Lurgoyfs. Yeah, Lurgoyfs, right? Words are hard. That I don't know if we can make this cheap enough to work on a budget. We will try. We will try our hardest, but I don't know if it's going to work. But we'll see. Otherwise, that's pretty much going to be it for now, everybody. I will still, of course, try to put out there when I can more gameplay footage of unique stuff. We're going to start trying to fill out the Patreon a little bit more. Earlier this week, we did our first Patreon/members only exclusive video on YouTube. So for paid members, we'll start trying to put out there more exclusive content for all of you. So that was way, again, if you guys want to really support me in the future, you can, but don't feel like you're obligated to. Your support, simply being here, showing some love, watching the streams, checking out my videos, commenting, is really all I appreciate. So thank you for that, everybody. But otherwise, that's going to be it for today, everybody. We're going to be doing this again on Wednesday once Omen Pass comes out, because I do need all of Tuesday to figure out, what the heck am I even streaming for Wednesday. But that's going to be our next day for the next live stream. Until then, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. We will get a chance to do this again very soon. But as always, I want to do a final shout out to everybody that was here today. So shout out to everybody in the chat. So Dina, Kayla Hernandez, Nathan Dahl, Sneaky Toilet, Hillbilly, Thomas McCurry, and of course, Dan Splendid for popping in as always. Peter, thank you again. Wesley Mashburn, appreciate all y'all. And of course, overall, I see on Instagram there, Ian Duoit. Thanks again, everybody, for popping in today for the stream. I really appreciate all of you who showed a little bit of love today. Even if you didn't say anything and you just are lurking, thank you at least for just watching the stream just the same. The details for everything you saw today will be, of course, up on this video once I'm done. I'll put in the links if you do like the Sliver decks. Both the regular version and the upgraded version will be located in the details below. But as always, before we go, one final thing I want to leave you with is just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, is be sure to bird bribe. We will see you again Wednesday, everybody, for Owen Pass. Later.